Hello again, everyone. This is Dave Homan. Welcome back to Alternites Baseball. Tonight we are at Fenwick High School for a return trip to Middletown to close out the annual series with Middletown Fenwick. Monday, Alter was the home team at Wright State and dropped a beatdown by the Falcons, 12-0. Tonight they return to Middletown for the first time in 2019. The JV was here last night playing, but the varsity comes in, and we certainly hope to make it more of a game this evening. So we are just about ready to begin. It's an overcast day, and it wouldn't be an Alter game without a stiff breeze coming out of the south. So we are going at the wind is blowing out. So we're actually going from about right at home plate straight out to center field. So if the ball gets up, it could carry here for the night. So as well as Fenwick. So Jack DeMario will lead things off for the Knights. Quickly going through our lineup, Jack DeMario will bat leadoff and play second base. Danny Mangan is in the 2 slot, and he will play shortstop. Luke Ewald's behind the plate. He'll bat third. Matt Scheretti, the starting pitcher tonight for the Knights, is batting fourth. Ryan Mangan will bat fifth in left field. Kevin Barhorst will bat sixth in center field. Spencer Girding is at third base. He will bat seventh. Alex Dunkel's in right field. He'll bat eighth. And we start the game off with a strike, and this game is underway. One ball, one strike, and Sam McClanahan will bat in the 9 slot and play first base for the Knights. So that third pitch is blooped up, and that's going to fall right behind first base for a single, and that base hit had eyes on it, and it looked for an open space and found one. So Jack DeMario is on base tonight, first for the Knights. Danny Mangum, the starting pitcher on Monday night, is in the field this evening at shortstop. Mangan squares up, does not offer. Fenwick's third baseman came charging hard. Chase Mulligan is the pitcher tonight, left-hander for Fenwick. And I believe he is a junior. I will have to confirm that. The delivery. Mangan bunts, and it is just foul. He is a sophomore. Chase Mulligan is a sophomore, class of 2021. The 1-1 delivery. Mangan swings, misses, and now DeMario is caught in a rundown. He is tagged out. So Jack being aggressive on there and not able to get back to first fast enough and caught him in a rundown, and we have one out, and the count is 1-2. He's caught looking, strike 3. Quickly 2 down for the Knights, and again, following the MO, we get runners on base, make some base running mistakes, and turns into quick outs. And so with 2 away, that will bring up Moose, Luke Ewald. And that ball is outside. 1-0 is the count. Luke having a really nice day hitting on Monday. That's a strike. Just below the letters. 1-1 is the count. Strike two. So one thing, the Knights were not very aggressive at the plate on Monday and looked at a ton of called third strikes, and they just need to step it up, and they need to be thinking yes, yes, yes when you got two strikes on you. So 2-2 count, 2 outs here. The left-hander delivers. It's up and away, ball 3, and the count is full. So this is the third game for Fenwick in as many days. Monday they played Alter. Last night they were home against Franklin. That's a ground ball, foul, down the third base line, and the count will hold full count. This is the time of the year when you start trying to fit in makeup games, and you better have a deep pitching staff or else you're going to run into some issues. It was hard hit foul ball into the Alter dugouts, and bodies went flying to avoid that ball. So there's no fence in front of the dugout, so the players need to be awake because that ball will come in very quickly. Ball 4, and Luke has a quality at bat. Reaching first, and this will bring up Matt Scheretti. Matt, the starting pitcher tonight, and he's had two great starts here for the Knights so far this year. He fouls that one to the backstop. 1 strike. And I will have to keep an eye on the camera here as the wind is very strong and it's blowing the camera side to side. I think I got it fixed. The delivery. That ball's in the dirt. One is the count. Ball's up and away. So that's Nick Stratton behind the plate tonight for Fenwick. That's a ground ball right up the middle. Shortstop comes charging, has a little bit of trouble getting it out of his glove, but throws him out at first base. So that is it for the Knights here in the top half of the first inning. We move to the bottom half. Score 0-0. Okay, we're about set to begin the bottom half of the first inning. If you hear me cutting out in between innings, there's music playing over the sound system, and I don't want to get banned by Facebook or YouTube. Leading things off tonight for Fenwick, batting leadoff once again for them, is the left fielder, Henry Nenny. So it's a battle of sophomore pitchers here tonight with Matt Scheretti now taking his place on the mound for the Knights. Scheretti looking good in his appearances thus far this year. First pitch is low for ball one. That ball is hit high in the air over the center fielder's head, and that wind took that ball, gave it about 20 extra feet, and then he is on with a double. So Fenwick picking up right where they left off on Monday night, and that will bring R.J. Claseri, the shortstop, up to bat for Fenwick. Strike one. Ball is popped up and out of play on the right field side. 2 strikes on Claseri. Where Scheretti has been very effective this year is that four-seam fastball on the corners. He's done a really effective job of just hitting those corners when needed. That ball is through the legs into the backstop, and that will move Nenny over to third base. So all of a sudden, Fenwick is pounced to strike here. Scheretti looks in, checks the runner, and delivers. Ball's high. 2-2 is the count. On deck is the pitcher, Chase Mulligan. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there, and we have 1 out in the inning. And that will bring up left-handed pitcher and left-handed hitter Chase Mulligan. So McClanahan, first baseman, is up on the grass. Ball missing. 1 ball. Spencer is back even. Girding at third is even with the bag. The delivery, that is fouled up and out of play. A lot of baseball and softball being played out here tonight at Fenwick. The JV team playing just behind us. Oh, just missed outside. The good miss, ball 2. JV is playing Carroll, and the girls softball team is in action just across the field also. That ball is hit right into the center field, right field gap. That's going to score 1. And another double. And just like that, the score is 1-0 Fenwick. Seems like they don't like to hit singles, just doubles, and that will bring up big center fielder Thomas Vogelsang. Outfielders are playing straight away, and Fenwick just both times finding the gaps, hitting it right where the Alter players were not. Strike one. So Mulligan taking the lead at second, DeMario opting to keep him in check. Ball is high. 1-1. Shreddy comes set. Ground ball, that's right up the middle. He's sending him home. Here comes the throw. He cuts it, and it is 2-0. So Shreddy throwing strikes and throwing them hard, and Fenwick just timing him up just right. Kevin Barhorst, a very busy man out in center field so far this game. And that will bring up Sully Janik for Fenwick. Strike one. Still one out in the inning. And Janik is playing right field this evening. He was behind the plate on Monday night. Shreddy checks Vogelsang. The ball is high. Luke blocks up, and he caught Vogelsang in no man's land, waited for him to commit, and then threw it down, and they applied the tag, and there are 2 outs in the inning. So finally the baseball gods shine on Alter for the first time in a couple days, and they're able to get a second out in the inning. Now Shreddy can take his time and focus solely on getting Janik out. Shreddy switches to the windup, delivers, just missing low, and the count is now 3-1 on Janik. Ball is hit high to center field, but this time Barhorst is underneath it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. But not before Fenwick scores 2 runs at the end of 1 complete. The score is Fenwick 2, Alter 0. Here in the second inning, we have Mengen, Barhorse, Girding, and hopefully more for the Knights. First pitch is grounded to second base, who throws over, and quickly one pitch, one out in the inning. So Alter continues to jump on those first pitches, and without any luck at all. And sooner or later, you got to think Coach Mike Hosel's just going to force them to take the first pitch. That ball is fouled over the first base side. There's some pursuit, and the ball falls. So the first baseman ran an awful long way, and the right fielder watched about half the way and then decided to pursue. And if that right fielder had started immediately on contact moving, we'd have two away here, but Barhorse gets second life here at the plate. Strike two. Nice movement on that pitch, and we're looking at 0-2 here. And the 0-2 deliver. Ooh, just missing. And that's one of those that when you're at the plate, you don't want to let that one go too often, because more than not, that call will go against you. So count evens at 2-2. Mulligan throws a curveball, swing and a miss, and there are 2 outs in the inning. 2 quick outs in the inning. And that will bring up Spencer Girding. So both players here in this inning swinging at first pitches, digging a hole. That first pitch strike, that one is muffed by the third baseman who charged it and just got tied up on his hands. And Girding is aboard on a courtesy of an error by the third baseman, and that will bring up freshman Alex Dunkel. So David Shue, starting third baseman, unable to handle that. And strike one by Dunkel. Mulligan delivers. That ball is hit to second base. Second base throws over to first, and the side is retired. So after 1.5, score remains 2-0 Fenwick. here in the bottom. Nick Stratton, the catcher, will lead things off here for Fenwick in the bottom of the second. First pitch is low. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Shreddy working from the windup. Ball is popped up, and Shreddy underneath it, and makes the catch. 1 out. Shreddy making sure the runner cleared past him before stepping in to make the catch. And Parker Elliott comes to the plate. Parker starting at first base tonight for Fenwick. Wind picking up just a bit here. Now it's blowing out to left field. First pitch is low for ball 1. So it's warm out here, but it's windy. Nice pitch. Fastball right down the middle. 1-1 the count. Fenwick on spring break this week. Alter in school, but as of tomorrow afternoon at this time, they will be on spring break. Nice pitch by Shreddy. Swing and a miss. That ball goes to the backstop. And 1-2 is the count. So Alter will be off until Tuesday when they travel down to the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Academy to play Purcell Marion. Ball's fouled. So a lot of baseball played by the Knights in the last week and a half, and it's probably time to take a little bit of a break, regroup, and come back for the second half of the season. Swing and a miss. That was a beautiful pitch by Shreddy, and like I said, when he gets the player down in the count, he will start to work those corners, and he did it on that play. And 2 outs. Luke Metzger, the second baseman, comes to the plate, and he takes ball high. Strike. Fastball. Pitching coach Joey Hosel calling in the signs, pitches. Girding is up with the ground ball, throws over to first, and the Knights have a nice 1-2-3 inning. And at the end of 2 complete, the score Fenwick 2, Alter 0. Okay, we are back. Top of the third inning, and the Knights having a nice defensive inning the bottom half of the second. And let's hope that they can build on that. Do something here offensively. So first pitch was taken for a ball. Second pitch, fly it out to left field. And so one away in the inning. Jack DeMario comes to the plate for the second time this evening. So the Knights hitting the ball really well on Saturday at Xenia in both games, but struggling here last couple games here. First pitch ground ball is right up the middle for a base hit. Good sign, and Jack is 2 for 2 tonight for the Knights. Now Jack getting picked off first inning after reaching on a quick throw down from to first base, got him caught in a rundown. Danny swings, fouls the first one out of play. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop flips it over to the second baseman. Second baseman throws to first, but is offline. First baseman has to come off the bag to get it, and he's not able to turn the double play. So Knights staying alive on that. That was an ideally hit double play ball, and had it been on its mark, Fenwick would be out of the inning. But that is not the case. So with Mengen at first base, Luke Ewald comes up to the plate. It was a ball that fell short of the plate for ball one. Curveball for a strike. I doubt if Luke's going to see too many fastballs here. First two off speed. That's a quick throw, and Jack a bit complacent, taking a lead. And with a left-handed pitcher especially, you've got to be alert. That was not DeMario, I'm sorry, that was Mengen at first base. The fastball away, so pitcher's not going to do anything with the fastball to give him anything right over the plate or high over the plate. Mulligan looks, comes to the plate again, change up, and the count is 3-1. So Fenwick looking to their scouting report from Monday night when he was just crushing the fastballs, and that's ball four. So he saw two fastballs, but they were both away, and just like that, we have runners at first and second now with two outs. So it's up to Matt Scheretti to help his own cause on the mound. First pitch is hit high in the air. Right fielder comes up and makes the catch, and again, we swing at the first pitch, and again, we are retired. So that's it for the Knights in the top half of the third. Going to the bottom half, 2-0 Fenwick. Okay, we are at the 9 slot of Fenwick's lineup, and that means David Shue, the third baseman, comes up to bat. Remember, David had a monster left field shot on Monday night against the Knights. Sharetti's first pitch. Low, ball one. And looking across the way in between innings, I noticed that the Lady Knights softball team is playing Fenwick over there. So, but the lady and the men's are in business here tonight, and that pitch is over the plate for strike one. Sharetti delivers a fastball, and that is rifled right back up over the middle for a leadoff single. And Fenwick is in business here in the bottom half of the third inning. So Nenny will come up for the second time this evening. Ball high. Wind is really blowing hard now out to center field. Any ball that catches any bit of that breeze is going to really carry. Sharetti having trouble on his release, and that bounces. Ewald doing a nice job of blocking up, and 2-0 is the count. Sharetti comes set and delivers. Ball low. 3 balls. So Sharetti in desperate need of a strike here, or else we will have 2 on board with no outs. That is over for a strike. Sharetti comes set and delivers. Strike 2, same location, and the count is now full. So Matt Sharetti, after 3 straight balls, finding the strike zone here, and the count is full. Nenny having a decent lead over at first, and he is going, and that ball is low. And first and second base is now occupied. And that brings up Clisari, the shortstop, and this is obvious that we need a strike and we cannot get it. So Clisari's looking like he might swing away here. Both first baseman and third baseman are back, and you have to look for the hands here. But it looks like it's going to be Sharetti if there is a bunt. That ball is popped straight up, foul territory. That is unplayable, and he makes the catch. So Sam McClanahan looking at that wind, and that wind was swirling, but McClanahan stayed with it, and there's 1 out in the inning. Alter desperately needing that one. And Chase Mulligan, left-handed pitcher for Fenwick, comes to the plate. That ball is hit to left field, and that looks like it's going to fall, and it is. Mangan up with it quickly, getting it back into the infield, and bases are loaded here in the third inning. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Thomas Vogelsang. Vogelsang having a single last time up right through the middle. And the corners are up. Middle infielders are playing double play depth, hoping for a ground ball that can get us out of this inning. That's a high fastball, ball one. That ball is hit high, foul ball. Luke Ewald's underneath it. Nope, Sam McClanahan now. Now, didn't call him off, just took the ball. I don't think they saw each other. And boy, that wind almost made them collide. And quickly, Scheretti had to come in to cover home plate because that was a situation where nobody was there and could have tagged, and it would have been a race to see who gets to home plate first. So Sully Janik, the right fielder, comes to the plate with 2 outs and would be Ewald blocks that up. Good thing, because that would have been a run. Would be a moral victory here for the Knights to get out of this inning. Bases loaded, not giving up any runs. That's a ground ball, and that is going to be between the first baseman and second baseman. 1 run scores. And Fenwick takes a 3-0 lead. So not a particularly hard hit ball, but one that just found the gap. And Fenwick again in striking position with 2 outs, and Nick Stratton, the catcher, comes to the plate. Scheretti delivers. Swing and a miss. That was a half-hearted swing. Scheretti quickly back in the stretch. Now comes set and delivers. Ball is high. Scheretti missing high a little bit more than normal from what we've seen this year. Ball floating up in the strike zone. Ball was fouled back to the fence. 1-2. But it's when he's missed, it's been higher, it's been low. I mean, he's not been inside or outside too much at all. So he is catching those corners as he wants to. The 1-2 delivery. That ball is high but fouled back. A little bit of a gift there. Swing and a miss, but it gets away from Ewald. It's the same as a hit, and another run scores. And Fenwick takes a 4-0 lead. So Scheretti gets the pitch he needs. It was a fastball in the dirt. That was a swing and a miss, but Ewald unable to hold on to it, and a run scores. Knights just every inning continuing to dig that hole a little bit deeper. That's a high fastball. That's Parker Elliott at the plate, first baseman tonight for Fenwick. I think Matt's frustration came through on that last pitch. He just overthrew. Another fastball high. 2 balls. So from what I can see on the pitches that are going high, it doesn't look like he's striding out. Timeout's called. Like he's striding out as far as he is when he's executing that. So it looks like he's short legging it there. Ball 3. And Matt needs to deliver a strike here. The 3-0 count. That misses. Ball 4. Another run comes across the plate. And Joey Hosel's going to go out and just have a quick word with him. Hopefully get him to adjust. Okay, so the sermon on the mound is done, and Luke Metzger, second baseman, comes up to the plate. Ball missing high. There's a strike, a much needed strike. And not a whole lot of options in the bullpen tonight for the Knights. Ball missing high. So as Nolan Meyer came in long relief on Monday, and last night Max Homan pitched 6 innings in the JV game. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So we're going to stick with Scheretti. He will get us back on track here. He's our best option out there. Just needs to work through these stretches. Be mentally tough, and here's the pitch. That ball is hit in the gap between left and center, and that Mangan crossed right over in front of Barhorse, and as a result, Barhorse lost the ball, and that went right through his legs to the fence, and the score is now 7-0. So Knights continuing to hurt themselves. That was a single that turned into a double. And that will bring up David Shue, who I believe led off the inning. Ball is fouled up and out of play for strike 1. So the Knights need to be mentally tough here. That's a ground ball. Bounced right off of Spencer Girding's glove. Took a high bounce. That's going to score 2 more. And that goes through cutoff man. And the score is now 9-0. So just like that, this game is blown wide open.